Whenever you hear Denzel do this laugh, you know he's about to do something diabolical. Gladiator 2 2024 is directed and produced by Ridley Scott and serves as a sequel to Gladiator 2000. Frankly, I don't remember Maximus getting one past the goalie with Lucilla, producing a son named Lucius. But here we are. Paul Mescal portrays Lucius, the son of Maximus and Lucilla, who becomes a gladiator after his home is invaded by the Roman army led by General Acacius. Lucius seeks revenge against Acacius and fights as a gladiator for Macrinus, portrayed by Denzel Washington, a former slave who plans to overthrow the Emperor Geta and Caracalla. My pure 2 cents on this film is that it doesn't suck, and I don't think it's particularly less than the previous movie. I think it actually keeps up, or at the very least, it's a perfect companion to its predecessor. I know people are going to be comparing this movie to Gladiator 1, and rightfully so, but I say worry not. It's a fantastic follow-up. However, nostalgia for the first film may occasionally get in the way of you enjoying this film, and you shouldn't let it. And now for the pros and cons of this movie, starting with cons. Con number 1. The film is over 20 plus years too late. So that means most of the uncultured 20-year-olds right now probably don't even remember the first movie, so that might hurt the box office taken. By the way, the sequel was discussed in mid-2001, but DreamWorks was sold to Paramount in 2006, so they put it on ice up until 2018, so that's why the movie was late. Not like you really care, but there you go. Con number 2. Macrinus, portrayed by Denzel Washington, is loosely based on a real Roman emperor named Marcus Popilius Macrinus, and from that name alone, you know he was white. So this was a bit controversial to some, but Ridley Scott said, shut the up about that, because his version is not supposed to be the emperor, and this is just a movie. Con number 3. Now, for those of you who might have felt seen or represented when Denzel Washington's Macrinus kisses another man, because he is bisexual, that scene was deleted, but there are no specifics on why. But my guess is that it has a lot to do with being able to sell this movie overseas, because this movie had a budget of $310 million, and the studios are not about to let some little man-to-man lip massage ruin their cash flow. Con number 4. This film in a way did not need to exist. I'm not fazed by its existence, but many of you might. Okay, so that's it for cons. Now let's move on to pros. Pro number 1. This movie is gorgeous, and it really just gets on with it. Not a lot of fluff to fill in the time. Some of you might appreciate that. I know I did. Pro number 2. Paul Mescal, Denzel Washington, and Pedro Pascal delivered fantastic performances, which is expected of them. Pro number 3. Fred Hechinger, who portrays Emperor Caracalla, also delivered a fantastic performance, because I found myself fantasizing about caving his head in because he was so annoying and stupid. That's when I knew Fred was doing something great here. He stood out. Pro number 4. Now, I don't know how Connie Nielsen, who portrays Lucilla, has stayed exactly the same since 2000. That woman has aged well. Pro number 5. Denzel Washington's Macrinus is like a medieval Alonzo from Training Day. If you look closely, that is. King Kong has nothing on those two. I'm gonna go ahead and rate this movie a fantastic 7 out of 10 because it's not better than Gladiator 1, and it's definitely not less. It keeps up and is a worthy successor to the first movie. I definitely recommend this movie, and I was well and truly entertained. And if you find yourself not being entertained by this movie, it has a lot to do with you as a person. You need some joy in your life. You need to take care of yourself. It's just a movie.